Okay, we have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-David-P. You can call anytime. Here was a voicemail with an interesting idea, but one that I'm not convinced of, related to government shutdowns. Take a listen to this.
Hey, David, I was wondering, with all the government shutdowns that have been happening through the past few years, why doesn't Congress pass an amendment to stop that eventuality from occurring in the future? Thank you. Love your show.
So, good question. Why not just make it illegal to shut down the government, or why not pass an amendment that eliminates a mechanism for allowing the government shut down, some provision that automatically keeps government going no matter what? The reason they're not going to do that is neither side wants that, okay? Both sides want the possibility of a government shutdown as an influence tool. And remember that since most things still operate during a government shutdown, the politicians still get paid. It's not to their advantage to make shutdowns illegal by passing an amendment. You want to have a shutdown as a tool to use when you think it's to your advantage. If it's the other party that shuts down the government, it gives you something to criticize and creates negotiation points for the reopening of the shutdown, whereby you may be able to achieve things that are valuable to your constituents or to your donors, as the case often is. So that's why they're never going to make a shutdown impossible or illegal. The shutdown is a political football, but it's one that both sides can take turns throwing, although I don't want to both sides it totally, because it's Republicans who have been attempting to use government shutdowns to achieve political successes over the last many, many years. But neither side, in the way, any time that a shutdown can either work in your favor or backfire against your opponent, you're not going to make shutdowns against the law or ban the possibility that they happen, because it could be at any time to either side's advantage, either to shut it down or to have their opponents shut it down. And that's why it exists. On today's bonus show, we will talk about how people over age 65 are the most likely to share fake news, according to a new study. Denver could become the first United States city to decriminalize magic mushrooms, hallucinogenic mushrooms, as some know them. And police are now collecting staff and employee DNA to find out how a woman in a vegetative state ended up having a baby. An incredibly disturbing story, and one of many that we will discuss on today's bonus show. I'll speak to you then.